Say I don't blow,
no.
Say I move on,
no.
Don't know what it's for if I lose hope,
no.
Say I move slow, then I prove those people right, it's a fight, I can't lose, yo,
no.
Say I don't blow, say I move on, don't know what it's for if I lose hope, Say I move slow, then I prove those people right, it's a fight, I can't lose, yo, Can I lose hope?
No.
If I do choke,
listen,
it's a rope around my neck, yeah, I breathe smoke. Got the fire stoked, you should know what's burning in my heart. Them start a Tony Stark, see the vision like a hope, go for my goals.
Yeah.
Strengthen every time I take a shot and I'm gone. Keep pushing till I'm where I want.
Where I'm
ever have to question if I do or I don't.
Do I?
Doing great, got what it takes.
Yes, I am.
So I make the beef elevate.
Lift it up,
levitate the meat on your plate.
Lift it
so
up.
You can say that's me raising the stakes.
Lift it,
Farmer
lift it.
J, spit it, plan bay. Way you make a pocket souffle, so I can't quit. No, I can't give.
No,
came here off my heart and a makeshift studio right inside my bedroom. Learned how to game stage, leave headroom. Every time they kill my dream, I exhume. God test you, even I've said to. Say I don't blow,
no.
Say I move on,
no.
Don't know what it's for if I lose hope,
no.
Say I move slow, then I prove those people right, it's a fight, I can't lose, yo,
no.
Say I don't blow, say I move on, don't know what it's for if I lose hope, Say I move slow, then I prove those people right, it's a fight, I can't lose, yo, Breaking news, I can't lose, it's the headline. Hear their views, think it's true, I'm a dead guy. Haters dudes I abuse when I sped by. They confused how I move like a Jedi. Not a nice guy, keep it low like Priceline. When I rise, I eat it up like sunshine. I'm shy, speaking for the first time. Tell the truth, I'm having the worst time. Trying to get my voice to match the words in my head. It's hard. Trying to train my mind to recall what I said. But my brain is always writing when I'm laying in bed. And I wake up every Sunday with new words I forget. Say I don't blow,
no.
Say I move on,
no.
Don't know what it's for if I lose hope, no. Say I move slow, then I prove those people right, it's a fight, I can't lose, yo,
no.
Say I don't blow, say I move on, don't know what it's for if I lose hope, Say I move slow, then I prove those people right, it's a fight, I can't lose, yo, Say I don't blow, say I move on, don't know what it's for if I lose hope, Say I move slow, then I prove those people right, it's a fight, I can't lose, yo. Say I don't blow, say I move on, don't know what it's for if I lose hope. Say I move slow, then I prove those people right, it's a fight, I can't lose, yo.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is the Loner Lounge Podcast. I'm your host, Solo. I got a guest with me tonight, man. Goes by the name Origin. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad he could join me tonight, bro. I heard a song that he had sent to me, man. The shit was going on. I believe it was called OG. You know, it was definitely had a West Coast flavor to it. I love West Coast flavor music, bro. So definitely want to get into that shit. But I kind of want you to go ahead and tell me and my guests, how old are you, man, if you don't mind me asking?
I just turned 24 a couple weeks ago.
Okay, bet. Where you from, man?
From Detroit, actually.
Detroit, man. Finally got a Detroit artist on here, man. Cause Top Authority was my favorite group ever in life a while back, man. I love that group. Michigan, man. Detroit, they had a hell of a hip hop scene up there for a long damn time, man. I've been waiting to get a Detroit guest on here.
Yeah, Detroit coming back right now. The world seems to love us for the moment. You're trying to keep the momentum going.
Right, well, shit, the song I heard from you, bro, if that's the kind of shit y'all be dropping out that way, man, definitely it's gonna be smoking for real. So, I'd like to start from the beginning, man. So kind of tell me and my listeners, bro, like, how was it for you coming up, man? You know, where exactly did you grow up? How was it for you coming up, man?
Man, so I'm from the east side of Detroit, right? So growing up was because most people don't get it from me, but really I grew up in like a situation that was just kind of messed up, and I don't really like to go into it too much just because, you feel me, it's other people's business I don't really want to put out there.
Right.
You know, just like family and stuff like that. But I grew up on the east side, and you know, we was surrounded by like the junkies and stuff like that that come, you know, try to take your gutters off your house at night, you know, steal the cars, whatever they can get their hand on, lawn equipment, you know, just coming through to try to take whatever they can, try to, you know, they can go get high and junk like that, bro. I grew up on a street called East Grand Boulevard, so I'm like positioned halfway between two streets, Mac Ave and East Warren Avenue. Now both of them streets got like were like the big gangs and junk in my neighborhood. And so, funny enough, like I go to school with like a lot of people that represent Mac Ave, and then like I got some family members that represent some other stuff, and those who, you know, was always like beefing and conflicting, and I just had to, you know, keep myself out of it. You know, I was good with like the good grades and stuff like that, you feel me? So I was a smart kid in class and junk like that. So really I just had to stay out the way because my environment, like everything around me was pretty much dangerous or toxic, and junk, you know, it could really go two ways for me. I could make it out, or I could, you know, just stay there and be stuck there forever. And luckily I'm feeling like I made it out, and I'm just still climbing, you know.
Right. Well, that's interesting though, bro. So you didn't let your environment that you was in at that particular time like dictate, like, so you didn't let it like overcome you, and you just like dove into this shit. Like you kind of stayed on a more like, all right, I'm gonna get educated type of deal. I'm not gonna be out there with the foolishness. Like, yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, definitely, because like I said, I was literally surrounded by it, and you know, when you in school and stuff, you know, it's so much peer pressure to try to like fit in with everybody. My whole thing is always just being like original. That's where the origin came from, and it's, you know, just being yourself and being true to who you are. And you know, it was really my parents that really just like instilled that. Like they told me from like a young age, you got one job, like go to school, get the grades, and then like go do something. And like they said, outside of that, like you ain't really got to worry about nothing, which more or less was true. You know, like they didn't really have a lot to give me. They gave me what they could, which, you know, I always appreciate. But like materialistic and stuff like that, that was never like a thing that we had a lot of. But that's part of why I kind of am how I am now. Like that stuff, it never, like, it don't influence me. It don't bother me. Like people, you know, feel some type of way about certain brands or certain designers and stuff like that. Like all that to me is just, you know, in one ear out the other. Like I'm focused on, you know, like I'm an engineer. Like in real life, like I went to school, I got a mechanical engineering degree.
Oh wow. Congratulations, man. That's a hell of an accomplishment coming from an area like that.
Yes, sir. Like I got a song that's on me on the project. And it's just talking about like I made it out, and like I put myself through college, you know. And the good thing about what my parents did was they made me get the grades, they made me focus. So like my parents didn't contribute like a dime to my college degree or nothing like that. I went on all scholarships, all grants, and then everything else like was out of pocket. I worked 3 jobs to get through college.
Oh man.
And I just graduated last year in 5 years.
Well, I'm gonna be the first to say this shit. I don't know how many people done told you this, bro, but I'm gonna go ahead and say this to you, man. You living like that, bro, coming from where you came from, man. A lot of people out here, bro, they always think that, you know, being a man and a tough guy, all that shit is that you got to be in the streets, you got to be ignorant. Well, no, because to me, a man is somebody that can be surrounded by an environment and energy like that 24/7 and still have the power as a man to not indulge in it, because it's fucking tempting. And the fact that you was able to do that shit, bro, you're 20, how would you say, 25, right?
24, just turned
24, excuse me. Yeah, so you just turned 24. That means growing up, man, even younger than that, bro, you already had a good head on your shoulders to be smarter than all the idiots around you that was going to prison, getting shot, always having to look over their shoulders. And you know, and I know a lot of hip hop songs for all my people listening, man. I know the hip hop music makes the shit sound lovely and beautiful. And, you know, it makes you think all the women love it and shit like that. But I'm telling you, that shit is only cute for a small little bit of time, man, before that shit gets very old, very quick. You know, any woman that you're dealing with, bro, like the women that'll stick around with a man in that kind of environment, they got issues. Real, bro, those are not stable women. It's a messy environment though, bro. And the fact that you was able to get your mind correct at such a young age, it actually puts a smile on my face, man. And you said that you got an engineering degree, you went full scholarship out. Bro, that's fucking amazing, man.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that, for real.
We know. I appreciate you, bro, for being an example out here for these young men. That's fucking amazing to me.
Yeah, see, and like people don't get, like even with the song OG, right? Because I know that's probably the first thing you heard from me.
Right.
That's why I feel like I can make a song called OG and only be like 23, 24 at the time of recording it, because I feel like I'm really out here setting an example for a lot of people that was either younger than me or, you know, even like really more or less my same age, but they see what I did and they look up to me just off that. Like, it come across like it's real gangster, and it's just like, it's really just about standing on your own 2 feet, you know, and just being who you is and not letting nobody like try to play you, but, you know, continuing and being a man, being who you is. And I feel like just in my 24 years, I've been able to kind of be an example for the people that was around me, even some people that may even be older than me, just because of the way I carry myself. I've always been more mature than I actually, you know, how old I was.
Well, man, I mean, it definitely makes sense, bro, because I forget who said it, but I heard before that, you know, you either learn fast or you die young, especially in areas like that, bro. So I'm just glad to hear that, you know, you was able to you had the smarts, man. You know, there's some people that have street smarts, there's some people that have book smarts, and then there's some people that just have this natural instinct to know dumb shit when they see it, and they just know how to stay away from it, no matter if it's books or street smart. Like, they just know what isn't for them, bro. And so again, I got to commend you for that. So any young artist or anybody young listening to this show, man, I want you to look at this man right here as an example, man. This dude grew up in a savage environment, dog. We talking about Detroit here, bro. We ain't talking about no little, you know, country town in Nebraska. We talking about Detroit. And he grew up in a very, you know, big gang area and stuff like that. And this man has a degree in engineering, full scholarship ride. You got to be fucking kidding me. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit, you don't hear that every day. And it makes me sad to know that we don't hear it every day, because there should be more. Because what happened, bro, it ain't that you was square, nothing like that. Bro, you was a man and everybody else around you was pretending to be men. You know, they looked like men, but in their head, they were still immature and haven't grown yet, though, bro. You kind of surpassed them. And so it was a weird dynamic. So I don't know if anybody's ever told you that, bro, but you got shit figured out, man. I know you're still learning a lot or whatever. You're young, but you already starting off on a very strong level, man.
Yeah, man, I'm just doing the best I can, you know.
Right. So
just trying to figure it out, because I ain't had nobody to lay a blueprint out for me, you know. Like, I'm first generation for real.
Right.
Parents got to like high school, but the college thing, like, they didn't really, and like siblings and stuff like that, they, you know, they did their things, they made their own successes and stuff like that, but going the college route and making it out that way, right, nobody's really done that before. I just did it because I'm not the type of person that can be stopped. If I set a goal, it's gonna happen.
Oh man, respect, bro, respect. So what I'm gonna do, man, we're gonna go ahead and start getting into some music talk before my damn listeners cuss me out. They know I can go on topics like this kind of discussion we having, bro. I can do this shit all night. You know, I always think about that type of shit. But we're gonna go ahead and try to get into some music about you, bro. I appreciate you sharing all that with me, by the way, and putting that energy out there to my young listeners, man. So with that being said, bro, I want to know, what was your first introduction to hip hop? Was it a song you heard? Like, how did you first get even hear hip hop, man? Do you remember?
I do. My dad, really. I remember he used to have this. I think it was like a Ford Tempo or something like that, and like we'd be riding around, like going like see my friends and stuff like that. And he had Tupac, All Eyes on Me, the cassette.
Oh shit!
And he used to play it in the car, and like that album, and that was really my first introduction to hip hop. Like, I would just hear that riding around with my dad, and like even when CDs and stuff started popping, like I'm like, I need that album on CD, and I'm like, I need that on my phone. Like, it's all that's like the beginning of the hip hop for me, for real.
That's a hell of an introduction, man. Tupac, All Eyes on Me album? Shit. Yeah, that's a hell of an introduction to it right there, man. If anybody hears that album, bro, you got no chance but to fall in love with hip-hop at that point.
With hip-hop and Tupac, man, it's just, right, his energy just, like, it's addictive. Like, you can't really, like, I heard a Shock G interview where they said he was talking about how, like, other rappers rhyme and stuff like that, and he was saying, but he feel like Tupac pulled his inspiration from Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. Like, the way they delivered their speeches is the same way he put emotion into his delivery and his music, and I see it.
Right. I mean, every damn time this man made a song, bro, like every word, every line, just like it punched you in the chest almost. You know what I'm saying? Like, because of you know, the tone he put behind it, bro. Like you could definitely tell that, you know, Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and leaders like that had an influence on him, definitely. And he always had a message in his music, even though he had, you know, he had some gangster hits, he had some hits for the women, shit like that. But I mean, almost every damn album you got from a Tupac, bro, like there was always some message in there that if you really listened to it, it touched you in some way, and you was just like, oh shit, you know. So that's why everybody loved that dude, man. I love that dude. There'll never be another one like that. But maybe somebody, you know, I know he said in the interview once that, you know, he can't change the world, but he could probably spark the brain of the one that will. So maybe one day we'll get that one person that comes along and sparks the brain of the next generation, man, and carries the torch on. So I guess that's where you got the name Origin from, right? Like you were saying, your upbringing, you know, being like a trendsetter almost, bro, in your neighborhood, about, you know, taking a whole complete different route than like 90% of the people that was in your area.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, my main message is just like originality, just being yourself. Because there's so many people out here that just want to do what everybody else is doing, so they feel like they fit in, they look cool, right. And that's just never been me.
Man, I respect the hell out of that, bro. That's not an easy mindset to have at that age, at your age, bro. It's just in your 20s. That's like your teenage years and your 20s, man. That's like the worst ages to have any kind of mature mind state, though, because the world's just moving so fast around you, and you get to that critical point mentally where you just want to fit in with everybody and be the cool kid and shit. It's like the worst time, but it's amazing that you had a good head on your shoulders, man. That's fucking me up, man, to be honest with you. I ain't met too many people that age that think like that. That is some grown shit, man.
Yeah, man. It's definitely different.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. So let me ask you this, man. So when did you make the decision that music is gonna be your future, bro? That's what you want to do. When did you make that decision?
I don't know. I absolutely don't know. Because people ask, like, how long have you been rapping? How long have you been making music? And like, I don't have an answer for that, because I know, like, I remember being in elementary school, going to school and passing around like a rap that I had written and showing it to my classmates. I know I was in elementary school. I don't know what grade I was in. I don't know how old I was. I just know I was in elementary school. Then I know 8th grade, I meet my cousin. We find out we cousins after having a class together. His name Manny Sparks. He's a singer, but he rapped too. The boy's a beast. And he's out in Atlanta now. But he was the first person to come to me and like, let's make music, you know. And we started from the lowest low. Like, we started with the sound recorder on our laptop. We would play the beat off of YouTube and record at the sound recorder at the same time. And that was a song. It sounded terrible, but that was a song. Then he came to me, he's like, man, this is a free software you can use. You can record, you can do all this stuff. And he got this program called Audacity, put it on my laptop.
Oh yeah.
And man, he would do all the mixing and stuff. It was still terrible, but he always make his sound better than mine. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, no, I gotta learn how to do this. And I'm trying it, and I'm like starting to get microphones and stuff, because we got the program, but we still recording just off the microphone on the laptop, so nothing sounds
terrible.
good.
Yeah, that's terrible.
You know, in this 8th grade, going into 9th grade, we dropped our first project together. That mug went triple cardboard. Then high school, my friend MD, he actually he pirated FL and gave it to me on a flash drive.
Oh wow.
And I had the mic still like off the USB, no audio interface, nothing like that. And I was recording, and somewhere in the middle of all this, it's just like I knew that this is what I did. Like, it was no moment where I realized, like, okay, this is what I want to do. It's just like, it started, and then one day I was just there.
So my bad, man. I hit the mute button on accident. My bad. My listeners know I'm kind of unprofessional sometimes. I try to get it together. So that's interesting though. So you dropped your first project though, man, in 8th grade with your cousin?
Yep.
Holy shit, man. So you've basically been doing music your whole life, because you said in elementary you was already passing your raps around to your friends. So that's why you don't have an answer, because you've been doing it pretty much your whole life.
Yeah, basically.
Oh shit, man, that's crazy. That's a long damn time, man. So I guess the question would be then, bro, like when did you start taking this shit serious? Like, this is what I want to build my future around, is music.
Let's see. I guess the best answer to that is I don't know. I'm gonna just pick a moment because I can sit here forever and think about it.
All right.
Man, it was probably I don't know 10th, 11th grade. I did a song. It was R.I.P. By is it 2 Chainz and Jeezy or something like that.
Yeah.
So I got this beat tape, and it was just like 50 industry beats or something like that. And I did a song called "I Do Me" on the R.I.P. beat, and I took it to school and playing it for people. And like I don't know how I did the song like one night, which almost never happens. Like I wrote it, recorded it, and then it was done. And I'm taking it to school, showing it to people, and I had a bar in there like and I've been going hard since I got my first erection or something like that. And like people will hear the bar and they like, like they laugh or they face a perk up or something like that.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's it.
So
and then
okay.
From there it just kept going.
Okay, I got you.
Getting better quality, everything.
So at that point, you knew you had a talent for it, like, because you said bars. Like, that's one thing about it, bro. I mean, it seems like you do got a lot of, like, you take lyrics serious. That's like you like your punchline shit.
Definitely. I've always been lyrical, even before the music was good. So that would be one thing that, like, I never really got heavy into the studio for real. Like I want to, but just like I said, I ain't never really had the money to be in the studio like that. So I'd be recording on my home setup and then giving it to my friends. And like at first I was off beat, but I had bars. Then, my tone wasn't all the way right, which I'm not gonna say it's perfect now yet. Like I know I still got growth and stuff I gotta achieve, but like it would be all these things that aren't where they need to be, but man, your bars are crazy, or like you super lyrical, or you can write, like maybe you want to write for somebody else, and then like because your writing is cool, it's just everything else I had to put together. I was always a writer, like I had everything. Like writing is pretty much how I vent it, it's how I like express myself. I could write my butt off, and that it was just for me. I had to cultivate everything else around the writing, learning my voice so I can write for myself, learning that you got to write in breaths when you write your bars. But that was always bar focused because my whole thing is I want to have a message in everything. No matter if it's like you were saying with Pac, no matter if it's like a club song, if it's something that seemed like, it seems ignorant. Like if you listen to the bars and you listen to the lyrics, like I want you to be able to pull something from it.
Right. No, definitely, man. I respect that. That actually takes a whole lot of talent to do that, bro. That's why a lot of people don't do it. Because it's actually hard to make a song that you could turn up to, and at the same time, you could actually sit down by yourself and listen to it and actually get a little, get some meat off the bone. It's not an easy thing to do, especially for young artists or, just even older artists in general. It's just not an easy thing to do. You got to have a special talent to do stuff like that. So shout out to you for having that already, man. That, as long as, once you master that shit, bro, yeah, you'll start climbing the ranks for sure, though, man, because that's a hell of a talent to possess right there, for real. So I guess you kind of answered it, bro, but I kind of want to see if you give me a different answer here, though. Like, so what would you say separates Origin from every other art? The game's flooded with artists. I want to know what separates Origin from everybody else.
What separates Origin from everybody else is the fact that Origin is only trying to be Origin. You feel me? One day I sat down and I asked myself, because I was like during the pandemic and stuff, I've been just like recording music, putting music out like every month, dropping a new single, just to try to keep people listening, keep people engaged as I like, try to make something move, make something shake. And one day I was working on a song and I'm sitting there and I'm asking myself, like, all right, why do I do this? Why did I start? And like, what's really like, pushing me to keep going with it? And I'm sitting there and I'm literally doing laundry, just thinking to myself, and I'm like, I started this because I started writing to vent, because I was in like the situation I grew up in and stuff. Like you couldn't talk about it. Like people literally tell you, like, when you leave this house, you don't talk about what goes on in this house.
Right.
So there's nowhere for me to put it except writing it down. And the way I chose to do it was to put it in rhymes. So I'm like, that's what started me. That venting and telling my story is what made me start. And then, like, I want to be the best. I want, like, people to say, like, I want to go down in history and they're like, yeah, it's Pac, there's Biggie, but right above them, there's Origin. Like, that's the goal. But
right.
The reason I want that is because I want to do it being myself, being different from everybody else. And I'm not going to say there's not going to be some stuff that's like in common, because we people, everything, we all go through a lot of the same stuff. But I want to be able to connect with people and like tell my story, be able to tell other people's stories and make good music, give people something that they like. When I'm dead and gone, they have something that they can remember me by and be like, here, this told a story. This made people feel a type of way. This was lyrically insane. Like, all of that stuff was like, I want to have an impact more than anything.
Right. So whatever you're doing in life or in music, you want even if it has some of the same subject matter as somebody else, you always wanted to have that origin flair on it that nobody else has.
Exactly.
That makes sense, man. I definitely respect that. Now we're gonna get to the meat of this shit, man. The shit that I'm really, really excited to hear about. You got a new project in the works, right?
I do.
Tell us about that, man. Let's get to it.
Man, so the new project, it is very much started, very much not done, and very much later than I hoped it to be. So if I'm being honest, there's no finalized title yet. There's maybe 4 to 6 songs that are more or less done. And really, I mean, what it is there's a lot of features on it, because there's a lot of artists that I really feel like got a lot of talent. And over this last year, basically through COVID, I've been able to build up enough of a platform where I know I can get a decent amount of streams, at least decent for me, and I can get my music in front of so many people. And I'm like, all these other artists are working on music, they got all this talent, but every time they put their music out, they showing the same people over and over again, and it's not really helping them grow. So I'm like, if I can attach enough people to me, I can have them share what they own or share the whole project. I'm gonna be sharing all of us, and I can potentially help all of us kind of, grow together. The people I have the potential to reach, and the people that they already know that I don't know, maybe we can help make this a even bigger community for artists. Because like I said, Detroit's going off right now, but a lot of the artists, in my opinion, are just kind of like subpar. Like, the music is cool, but there's not no substance behind it a lot of times. And like, the artists that I'm really working with on this project are the artists that I feel like are supremely talented, that have the love for it, the passion for it, and that are just probably not getting as much attention as I feel like they deserve. Like, I got Marcus the MC on the project. We got a song called Working Harder that we literally just finished, just got the mix back. And dude he's setting himself up to be a legend in the city, because he started doing these coach house sessions. And coach house is basically a collective of artists from all around the city who last year didn't know each other, maybe had never met each other, maybe did a couple performances in the same venue or something like that. But he got us all to come to one spot in the pandemic at that. And we just started recording music together. All different artists working together for the same goal, just to make great music.
Wow.
And so the coach house sessions, the group is called The Outsiders. The projects are Coach House Volume 1 and Volume 2 that are out. There's so much more music that's been recorded, but hasn't been released yet. And I'm excited for all that to come. If it comes, we don't know. But just bringing all those people together, making all those different connections. Now, so many different people that, we get to work with just because now we know them. Another person on there is a guy by the name of Catchy. And he's actually from the UK. and just through the whole Spotify journey, like trying to get on playlists and things like that, came into another community that's headed up by a guy named Kiva Joseph. And he has a playlist, and you only get on it if you think your music is dope. And he has a song with this guy named Catchy called Queen, and I'm listening to it, and the boy can sing, like his tone, like his words, like it connect with you automatically. So I had to reach out, and I'm like, yo, do you do features? He said, yeah. Had to get a feature from him. We got a song coming dedicated to my wife. I'm actually recently married.
Oh, congrats, man.
Thank you. We got a song coming. That one's getting mixed and mastered right now. Another guy named Shane met through the Coach House sessions. His sound is more like what's popping today. He uses a lot of auto-tune for the most part. He does with and without, but a lot of the songs do have auto-tune on it. And so he put me in a different bag, just putting me with the auto-tune, because it was something I wasn't really interested in as much, just because I'm one of the rapidy rappers, where
right.
We focus on, we think, no, that auto-tune stuff is whack, but you can still have bars with auto-tune on it. It don't.
Yeah,
if it makes the song sound better, it sounds better.
It's just like adding seasoning to the food. That's all. It's just sprinkling a little seasoned salt on it. It depends on if you use too much. I mean, you can use too much of it, in my opinion.
Definitely.
Some kids, they use way too much of that shit. But yeah, just to put a little bit on it, just to season the meat a little bit, ain't nothing wrong with that. It does add flavor to the shit, man.
Definitely. And he's cool. He's cold with it, if I'm being honest. And I sent him a beat, and the man sent me back a verse, but he said, "Oh, I wrote a hook too. If you wanna hear it." I'm like, okay, cool. I'm thinking I still gotta write a verse for it, or a verse and a hook for it. This man basically sent me back a song and let me be a feature on my own song. Destroyed the whole song. I got on there. I'm like, okay, I just can't seem like I don't belong on the song at this point. Like I gotta go.
Right,
I gotta go super hard, because he just went off. And I'm like, there's so much of that on the project, where it's just artists who I reached out to, where I sent them a beat or something like that. They heard something and they just sent it back, and it was like, here, go with this. Or where we just came up with something, just sitting there together, and it just came out so good. And if I'm being honest, I'm gonna toot my own horn here. This is the best music I've made in all the years that I've been making music, and I'm so excited for everybody to hear it.
Yeah, we excited for it to drop, bro. So I mean, it sounds to me like this whole Coach Out session thing that y'all got going on, it sounds like that's kind of the future of Detroit. It could really become something big, because it's involving people from the community from all different sides of it. That's a beautiful thing, man. Be a part of that.
Yeah, definitely. I said, shout out to Marcus the MC. He's formerly known as Money Marcus. Some people may know him as that, but it's Marcus. He's Marcus now.
Yeah, shout out to him, man, because that's definitely a good way to steer people, man, to keep them out of trouble, get something positive going on in their life. See, that's that man shit I was talking about, bro. There's every now and then you come across one in those kind of neighborhoods that, they're not on the dumb shit. They got a plan, and that's really dope. I cannot wait to hear the music that comes out of that whole situation over there, bro. You got me very hyped for that right now.
Yeah, man, I'm definitely trying to spread the word. Anytime I've been interviewed or had my music reviewed and they asked me to do shout outs, I definitely try to shout him out and shout out the whole Coach House movement, just because it's so dope. Like, and I had to give him his roses already. Just like the thing that he did already, he's made connections that never would have been made between artists that never would have ran across each other, and now they can come together and make stuff that never would have been heard. And it's just it's fire ideas, fire concept, and like I just applaud him for doing that.
Right. So let me ask you this, bro. The new project coming out from you, man. Can we expect to get some visuals, bro? You gonna be dropping any music videos soon? I would love to see that.
I definitely got to. I 100% have to, just because all I'm gonna say is this fall, some changes are coming.
Okay.
So I want to make sure that before what happens this fall, I go as hard as I can all summer. So I gotta do videos. Like, so far I've only had one music video that came out with my last project. So I'm already tapping in with videographers and stuff like that, trying to, I'm getting the pricing so I can set up the budget and do all this stuff and make the right moves when the time comes. So it's in the works. It's definitely in the works. I'm definitely trying to figure out what the single is gonna be. But like I said, it's a couple of features that just haven't came back yet. Right. And I just want to have everything in front of me before I start, putting together the promo content for it, finalize the name. Like I got concepts and all that stuff, but it's just I don't know. It could be like that one part from this one singer on this one hook that made me think, no, that's the perfect name for this album, or this is the best concept.
Yeah, and so I'm just trying to make sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, bro. You got to have all your puzzle pieces scattered on the table before you try to put it together. That makes a lot of sense. Shout out to you for having that brain, because there's a lot of impatient artists out here that would just jump on the first song that they did and be like, oh, this is my single. But yeah, so that's definitely a good vibe to have, bro. I'm excited for it, man, because when I heard the OG track, I said, okay. I said, this dude is apparently he's using a good mix and master thing, because the track sounds very good quality. I said, he can spit his ass off, man. He's got that energy to him. I can feel what he's saying. It feels like he feels what he's saying, shit like that, So I'm definitely excited to hear a full length, Origin project, man. And I cannot wait to see the visuals come out for those projects, bro. And I'm hoping, it sounds like you are though, but I'm hoping that you get just as creative, if not more, with your videos than as you do with your music.
Yeah, that's definitely the plan. And if I can give out one more shout out, so as far as the mixing, and I'm glad you brought it up, because for a long time I was doing everything myself. Everything that's out prior to late last year was all mixed and mastered by myself, and that's just like a skill set that I've built up. But I had to come to the realization, like, somebody else can do the same process. They can do it faster. They can do it better. So it'll be more efficient, and I'll be able to take time to focus on actually recording and making the music that I want to make, versus sitting here trying to do an engineering piece, which I kind of got like a sick kind of interest in, where I'll sit here and watch videos just to see all these different things that it's possible to do. But I'm like, there's somebody that just already has it, that already has a skill set, and I can be making the music now, not worrying about, well, when I know how to do this, or when I can do this effectively, then I'll make this type of song. So shout out to the only person that's really been working on a lot of my songs lately is an artist by the name of Tay Jacobs. He's an artist, he's a producer. But for me, he's been my engineer. And he's definitely taken the sound of all my songs to the next level. So the most recent singles, and then everything, I think, except for like 2 songs on the project, have all been him, and the sound quality has all been, at least for me, immaculate. Like, like I said, I haven't been in a lot of major studios, so I mean, I'm sure there's probably like a top tier type of thing, but for me and for where I'm at, this guy's been killing it on every song. Takes the criticism and like goes back and like will perfect it, and he's been bodying every single song.
That's dope, man. Yeah, definitely shout out to him, bro. He's doing a hell of a job, man. That OG track sounded very crispy. He definitely knows what the hell he's doing, man. And that's one thing that, I want a lot of artists to realize, bro, is that you can't do everything, man. I mean, you might just be the talent. You might just be the person that know how to rap at that time. You gotta get your ego aside, and you gotta be, grown enough to understand that you can't do everything in music. You didn't go to school for a lot of this shit. A lot of this shit takes a lot of education, a lot of years of practice. Sometimes you gotta understand, bro, get out your own way and just, learn to, network, bro. Bring people in, build relationships with people that can do these things, so that it takes pressure off you. Like Origin was just talking about, you don't want all that damn pressure on you sitting there for 6 hours trying to master a song, and then you done missed a 6-hour studio session you could have been dropping like 5 songs or some shit, So definitely you got to get out your own way. Any artist listening, man, realize that you can't do everything. Build relationships with people, man, in the business, network. And that's how you make dope projects. That's why I'm excited for Origin's new project to come out, though, because the quality I already know is going to be great if it's mixed and mastered by that same guy there. I already know when he does videos, man, he seems like he got a good head on his shoulders. He's a smart guy, so I can't wait to see how creative he gets with the visuals. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to be dope, man. I definitely just look forward to following you on your journey, man. But I'm going to tell you this. We're running a little low on time here, bro. So what I'm going to try to do, man, This has been a great interview, man. I really do like a lot of the shit we've been talking about, man. I think you got a great message to get out there to people, bro. You're a hell of an example as a young man. I got a whole newfound respect for you, man. Just talking to you, though. You got a good head. Oh yeah, you got a good head on your shoulders, man. You be dope at music. You take this shit serious, and that's one of the things about my show, bro. You know, I try to always find the diamond in the dirt that hadn't been uncovered yet. You know what I'm saying? And so I get a lot of messages, and people send me music, and I'm like, bro, I mean, you gotta just get a little better, bro. I mean, I'm not bougie or nothing, but I mean, I'm looking for the people that ain't got a whole lot right now, that's still putting out shit that make you think that they already got a record deal. Like, I'm looking for those underground people that they got so much into it already that you think that they already made it, but they haven't made it. Those are the ones I'm looking for. I'm not looking for the person that just goes in their bathroom with a snowball mic, and just steals a beat off YouTube and goes. I'm looking for people that take this shit super serious, have their quality already professional level, man. I'm looking for those hungry people like that, and I've been having a lot of fun doing it. I've been coming across a lot of dope music that I've been introduced to, man, and I'm having so much fun with it. So I do want to say, man, this is the point of the show, bro, where we're gonna, I'm gonna let you give out all your social media links, anywhere anybody can find you, give any shout outs you want to give out, bro. The floor is yours right now. Go crazy.
Appreciate it. So you can follow me on Instagram at Origin100. Just straight up like that. Twitter is Real Origin 100. Facebook is Official Origin. YouTube, Real Origin. Google me. Whatever. You Google my real name, Jaquan Frierson, you're gonna see me pop up in Forbes articles. You're gonna see me pop up with a lot of other stuff, related to Michelle Obama and stuff like that too. So I'm definitely making moves. I got to give a shout out to to a couple of my producers. Beats by Luke, crazy producer, insane, 15 years old from Paris. So we had a 6-hour time difference, and the man is phenomenal. He customized the beat for a song that I got, for a song that I already did to a beat, and he said, "Nah, I don't like the beat no more." He went back and redid it. He's phenomenal.
Oh wow!
A 17-year-old producer from Oslo. This Fox is also insane. Like I said, shout out to Tay Jacobs. Shout out to the Outsiders. Everybody involved in Coach House. Shout out to my new wife. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting me. Family, friends, strangers, for real. Shout out to, I gotta mention this. I can't not mention this. The New Artist Spotlight is a platform for all indie artists, all genres, everything. They trying to help everybody grow. It's completely free. Trying to help everybody grow on Spotify, Apple Music. Like, we're literally doing everything that we can to help people grow. We're coming up on our 1-year anniversary. I haven't been there the whole time, so shout out to Ed Eagle, who is the person who created that, and the whole mod team, who oversees everything, making sure everybody's playing fair and everybody's trying to support each other and grow together. But they have some great Spotify playlists, genre-based, not genre-based, for different, like Canada. They have a Canada one. They have ones for different regions. New Artist Spotlight is definitely trying to help, because Spotify and a lot of the platforms are not looking out for the artist's best interest, and it's hard to trigger those algorithms to get plays and get heard in different places. So New Artist Spotlight is trying to come in and do all they can to help independent artists get to where they're trying to be. That's mostly, and shout out to you for having me on, honestly.
Absolutely,
that's pretty much, man. Everybody.
Yeah, I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate you so much, man, for coming on the show. This has been probably one of the dopest interviews I've done so far, simply for the fact that you put a lot of jewels out there in this interview, bro. I do got to commend you for that, because I love to bring people on that have that value to add to my listeners and me personally. I mean, hell, I've learned this shit from you. I'm 28, you know what I'm saying? I'm learning shit from you as well, man. So I think this was a real good one, bro. I appreciate you for doing it, man. Definitely, man, anybody listening, bro, y'all go, man, search Origin everywhere, man. The dude he's the next shit, I'm telling you. He's got a lot of good shit going on right now in his life, man, with music, his life in general, man. He's involved in a lot of good, positive shit. As far as people trying to come up, man, he's got his foot in all of that shit. The dude is a very well-rounded young man, you know what I'm saying? He got a good head on his shoulders. He's not no fucking slouch. He's not no idiot. This guy is a very smart man. I can already tell just by talking with him for the little bit of time I have. This man's got it, man. He's gonna be the next shit. I'm telling you. Y'all better look out for Origin, bro. This is the Loner Lounge podcast, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I will see y'all on the next one, man.